we are going to be talking about protection decrees today. Protection decrees are decrees that do exactly what they say. They protect you, but they come from different ascended masters, and depending on the one you get, you should just know that you're being protected. One of the ascended masters is Archangel Michael, and he has a traveling protection decree and then a commanding protection decree that we say that invokes his presence and his protection for us daily. We also have Lord Shiva, and again the same thing. When you call upon him, it protects you, and it's supposed to last for the day, but we recommend saying it throughout the day. And then we also have Beloved Estrella decrees as well, who's also a protector.
Now, one little correction there,
Okay.
because Archangel Michael is not an ascended master.
He's an archangel.
Aha! He's an archangel.
I get so excited. I just talk about all of them as ascended masters.
Now, what's so special about Archangel Michael? Just so individuals could know a little bit about him.
He's like God's right-hand man. He cast you know who. And if you don't know who that is, just know it's the guy who's down there in the lower parts of
Or they say that's where he
existence. And he
head
thought,
of the dark forces.
Yes, the head of the dark forces. He thought he was better than God, and Archangel Michael took care of him and threw him out, basically.
That's the way the story goes in the Bible.
Yes, that's the way the story goes.
All right, so he's very powerful. He's known as the captain, right? Captain of the angels, or
Right. Mm-hmm.
the Lord's captain. But he's a heavy hitter. So that's Archangel Michael, and that's why we turn to him for protection. He's known. There are many records of him protecting people, planes that crashed, and people that survived. He was there to protect them. Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva is known as a destroyer, and I call upon him in really last-minute cases where I know that just saying his name will invoke his presence, and I've had to use that in a grocery store, and it helped instantly. So he's really cool, a great protector as well. He's a destroyer.
What do you know about Lord Shiva that you could share with individuals?
I really don't.
He's a Hindu
know
god.
much. Well, I know that he's a Hindu god,
You
but
should
as
say
far as
that.
knowing anything else about him, I don't really know
But
anything
the other thing is
else
this,
about
when we
him.
say Hindu god, what do we mean? Because that could be misconstrued.
Oh, yes. Well, using the term God is similar to using the word saint in the Catholic faith or a Sufi in the Muslim or Islamic faith. It's a title that's given to someone who has left the earth and is working on our behalf in the heavenly realm. In the Buddhist faith, they're called bodhisattvas or Buddhas.
Right? But that doesn't mean that they're the main god,
No.
as people might think.
Right,
So
right.
that's not the case. So definitely he's a destroyer, and I call him the shortcut, right?
Yes.
Meaning you might be in a situation where, a lot of people talk about how they might have a dream where they can't talk. It's like a nightmare. Did you go through that?
Nightmare.
Did you have
Well, I've had those where all of a sudden, in the dream, I'm being attacked and I'm unable to physically move, and I just all of a sudden start yelling Shiva, 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 Shiva. And by the time I say Shiva's name the third time, I'm awakened, and I just continue saying it until that dream has left my mind and I've calmed down, and then I go back to sleep.
Now, what happens if you're unable to say Shiva, verbalize Shiva? Then what?
Well, in my dream, I'm yelling it in my dream, and
Oh, you
that's
didn't
what
say
wakes
that.
me up.
I thought when you said you were yelling it, you're verbalizing.
Oh, it was not out loud, no.
Okay.
But in my dream, I yell it, and I normally wake up out of it. There have only been maybe a handful of times over the years that my husband has had to shake me to get me out of the dream when I'm yelling Shiva. He's like, "Why are you calling Shiva?" Well, let me tell you about this dream.
Yeah, big mistake that I stay up because I have to hear about a dream. Anyway. But so what we're saying there is that if you feel in a situation where you're unable to move, you're unable to talk, you can just say Shiva in your mind, and the result is instantaneous.
Yes.
And that's why we like it, because you're simply calling Shiva's name, nothing else. There's nothing else to remember.
Right.
With Archangel Michael, if you're going to travel, there's a traveling protection decree, and it's sort of long. So that's not something you say when you're feeling danger.
Right.
Or there are other Archangel Michael decrees. Some are really short.
Like Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. I've said that one before.
Right? True, you could do that. But if you notice, how long is that compared to just saying Shiva 3 times?
It's a little bit longer.
Exactly. All right? So that's why we recommend Shiva. Even though it's from the Hindu faith, again, we always say that the Ascended Masters, they're not biased as to what religion you're tied to if you're tied to religion.
Correct.
They're Ascended Masters. They don't judge. They will help you immediately anyway. Then Lady Estrella, well, those decrees don't normally go out. Because those are extremely powerful. The frequency is very high. So if you have a Lady Estrella decree, congratulations, because those don't normally get sent out at all. I mean, the frequency is so high that if you're listening to that, you're not ready. You actually can get headache. You can get nauseous. And
You can get
throw up.
physically ill from it.
Yeah, exactly. It's that powerful. So more than likely, you don't have a Lady Estrella decree. You probably have Archangel Michael decrees, or Shiva, or both. And in that case, you'll have the recording to listen to. Make sure you set the decrees with the recordings. Why is that? Do you remember why?
Because of the rhythm and the pace, the speed of it, and then it creates an energy as you say it.
A frequency.
There you go, frequency, yes.
You want to be at the right frequency. So the tempo is very important, as well as saying it with the recording, because it keeps you on track.
Yes.
So congratulations on receiving your protection decree. Make sure you say the decree even when you don't feel like you're in danger, because you want to keep that frequency high and keep yourself protected. And when my wife said that, we recommend you say it all day long, or at least multiple times, because every time you start to feel out of sorts, you get angry, you start to wonder about things, you don't feel so good, like you feel negative about something, you lower your frequency and the protection drops. And you have to put it back on.